Hello, my fabulous sixth graders. I miss you. I hope you guys are handling the quarantine well, and hopefully you're reading. I know some of you still had AR books. Welcome to our online class. So everything we are going to do now is going to be online because we don't have a choice because they can't see you in person. So here's our game plan. My main goal, our main objective is we're going to read the book Holes, which is one of my favorite books. I love Holes. It's a fabulous story. There's a lot of like really cool subplots, and in the end, everything works together beautifully. It's a really interesting book. I've been reading it with each of my sixth grade classes the last couple years, and they have always seemed to really like it. Most kids enjoy it. It's an easy book. It's easy to read, and it's relatable, I think, and it's really interesting. So what we are going to do is, because you guys don't all have a copy of the book, and if we were at school, we would read it together. Everyone would get a copy, just like we did with Christmas Carol, right? Everyone would get a copy. We'd read it together. I'd read some. You guys would read some out loud, and we would read it in class and then do some questions for it online. Since we are not at school, there are a few different options. So the first option is I'm going to read each set of chapters that I assign out loud to you. You can follow along. That link will be posted here in Google Classroom. I also set up a Remind account, which I will tell you a little bit more about here on Google Classroom. If you want to sign up for Remind, it'll send a link to your phone, and you can pull that link up and watch it on your phone if you would rather do it that way. So you can listen to me read. I did see online that if you go to Google and you type in Holes, read Holes for free online, there's a bunch of different links where it's offered for you to read for free. And I did click on one and try it myself, and the whole book is there. I don't know if the page numbers actually match up with the copy of the book that I have, but the book is there, and you can follow along and you can read it on there by yourself if you don't want to read with me, though I recommend reading with me. I think it'd be lots of fun. Another choice is if you have two devices, like a phone and a computer, or an iPad and a phone, or whatever, you could follow along on one device and read the words while you listen to me read it. As of now, and I don't know if this will change because I haven't tried it yet, I might actually even try to like videotape the pages of the book while I read instead of you staring at me reading. And if that's the case, then you can kind of read along that way too. So that's the plan. What we're going to do is I'm going to post, I'm not going to post the whole book at once. So we're going to post like a few chapters at a time. And then after those chapters, I will post an assignment on Google Classroom for you to answer the questions. You can and you should use your book to answer the questions, just like always. So there's really no reason why you shouldn't do well, I wouldn't think, because you can go back and look for the answers. I have no problem with that. Because that's what we practice, right? Even though we're not taking the PSSAs this year, I know that's good news, right? When we practice for the PSSA, we always go back and look for evidence in the text. So you're allowed to do that. So we're going to read together, answer the questions, and then I will give you feedback on those questions. And that's kind of where we're going from here. If something happens and you end up like not being able to do things online, there are packets at the school and copies of the book and copies of the questions. So hopefully someone would be able to let me know. I don't know who doesn't have internet. I don't know who's not going to be able to follow along and do this on Google Classroom with us. So if you have a friend that you know is in sixth grade with us and they don't have internet access, we can't get together because we're social distancing, but if you call them or FaceTime them or something, maybe, or if they're your neighbor and you can stay 6 feet apart in the yard or something, maybe you could read together or read with them, or just make sure that they are hanging in there, because it's going to be a little bit tricky when some kids have the internet and some don't. I'm going to do my best to help you guys no matter what. My number one goal is for us to get through this together and for us to enjoy reading a book, get a little bit of something done, even though, it might not be everything that we would do in the classroom. My goal is for us to at least get some education, some reading in, some learning in, even though we can't meet face to face. So bear with me. I'm available for email or message on Google Classroom if you have any questions. And I will be posting our first segment of wholes soon, and then the questions that go with it. So I miss you guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks.